Hey, what's up, guys? This is Dan, the retired broker, coming to you live from beautiful Beijing, China. Anyway, guys, hey, it's January 2021, and I've already had a few people ask me how they should be investing their money for the new year, what they should do with their money. So, if you don't know exactly how you should be investing, I want to create something very simple for you to follow, putting together a very simple portfolio for you. So let's just get right into it. First of all, you need a cash reserve. This should be around 1 year of gross income. How are you going to save up 1 year of gross income? I get it. Half of America shut down. Hopefully you still have your job. But I want you to understand this. If you have a job, you are in your 20s and you are single, you don't have any kids, there's no reason you shouldn't be working 12-hour days and saving over 50% of your income. If last year has taught us anything, it's that this can be taken away instantly. Anything can happen. We've seen it all now. We've seen terrorist attacks. We've seen the virus, wars historically, storms that shut down international ports. We've seen it all. You need to keep a cash reserve, 1 year's worth of cash. So after you have that, just simply index the S&P 500. You can buy a few different types of index funds, but just make sure they all track the S&P 500. Very simple. Invest in there every single month. Don't even look at it. Just let it grow. In the long term, you would have never lost. The S&P has continued to climb in the long term. So keep that in mind. Look at the S&P track record if you like, but long-term investing always pays off. Also, if you want to buy real estate taxes have been going up a lot. Real estate prices have been going up a lot as well too. If you do buy real estate, don't buy the single family house with a big mortgage. It's just pointless. Don't do it. If you do, try to buy a quad. Try to buy multifamily housing, live in one unit, and rent the rest out. Preferably, if you can, buy it with all cash. The debt's just going to weigh you down, and it's going to be hard to cash flow, especially now with these prices skyrocketing. So you have your cash reserve. You have the S&P, and you may or may not have your quad or duplex as a rental. And by the way, I'm not against renting a house. You don't have to buy where you live. You can rent where you live. There's nothing wrong with that. Rent and save up cash. Rent and put money in the S&P. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever, especially when you're young and don't have a family. Once you have that, you have your growth and maybe a little income from real estate and your cash cushion, put 1% of your net worth in Bitcoin. Put 1% of your net worth in gold. These are just hedges for the declining dollar and speculation when it comes to Bitcoin. We've had so much money printed, especially this century. Remember in 2008, they printed around $1 trillion. Last year, about 2 trillion. And this year, there's going to be another 2 trillion. We're not experiencing hyperinflation, okay? But remember, when our dollar declines in value, assets rise. Also, if you do have debt, your debt isn't worth as much. So having 100 grand in debt today is much better than having 100 grand in debt in 1980, 1990, because the dollar is worth less. So keep that in mind as well. So when you buy these assets, yes, they will go up once we print more money. And we've seen that amongst all asset classes, even collectibles. So alternative assets. What we're probably not going to see anytime soon is crazy hyperinflation, where silver goes to $100, gold to 100,000, like everyone was calling for in 2008. We're not going to see hyperinflation because what they don't tell you on these blogs and vlogs, because they're trying to scare you, is the dollar accounts for over half of the global trade. You go anywhere outside of America, maybe a few exceptions, they want dollars. There's countries, Panama, Ecuador, Caribbean countries, that use the American dollar as their currency, or it's pegged to the American dollar. All commodities are pegged to the American dollar. Bitcoin, gold, oil for sure. That's why we fight wars over oil. Remember, the dollar is in so demand, and you can't buy certain commodities like oil without it. Yeah, sure, I know Russia, China are trying to. But there's a huge demand for the dollar. No matter what we've printed, there's still that demand, okay? So keep that in mind. And again, if you travel, everyone's gonna want dollars. So don't get too worried about it. Just create this solid portfolio for yourself. You have your growth with the 500 largest stocks in America. And if you do buy real estate, just try to make it cash flowing. It's very simple, guys. Don't overthink it and don't be scared. Thanks.